This video is a continuation of my previous video on how to take apart this AOS U7142 ultrasonic humidifier. If you watch the previous video, you'll figure out how I got to this point. Once you're here and you remove these 4 screws, you can lift up the ionizer and you can push down on this little tab here and pull so you can remove this plug. It makes it easier to work on. Now when you turn over the ionizer, in this case you can see that it's quite rusty. I'm going to remove this little rubber gasket and you can see where the ring has cracked around the edges and water is getting through there, and you can see how it's rusting in here and underneath. So probably not good for the electronics either. So what I'll do is I'll take a wire brush and I'll go around and I'll remove some of the rust areas gently, and then what I'll do is I'll use some of this GE silicone, clear silicone. This is silicone too, which is good to up to about 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So that'll work on this without melting when the ionizer heats up. So I'll put the caulk around this broken ring. Again, you can see how the ring is broken. I'll put it around this ring. Before it dries, I'll replace the rubber gasket. And then I'll seat this back into the unit. And I may even put some caulk in these holes here, just to make sure that there's no water seeping through there. Then I'll reconnect my power and then I'll test it. And I've done this before and it's worked twice so far. So previously I wasn't using the same silicone caulk, so hopefully this will last longer than what I've used previously. I wanted to show you what it looks like now that I've removed some of the rust along the outside with a wire brush very gently, and I've taken the silicone and I've put it around this plastic rim to create a seal. And also notice there's a crack on the inside here, and I put some silicone there as well, and along the edges where it had cracked. And before it dried, I put the rubber gasket back on. And now what I'll do is I will place it back. I'll put some silicone in each of these holes, screw it back in. I will reattach the power, and we should be good to go. Thanks again for watching. Alright, I thought I was done, but I have to show you one last thing. In reassembling this, you want to make sure that these wires here are out of the way, because you need this section here to fall properly into this. The other thing you want to do is make sure that these wires that are all here stay there as well. So when you flip the unit over like this, and you may not be able to see this, but you want to make sure you clear those wires so that it sits properly back in. Like that. And you'll know that the wires are not properly seated if it doesn't actually click closed. Alright, so if I back up just a little, again, you want to make sure these wires are clearing these pieces back here, or else it won't seat properly, and you'll be wondering why you can't fit the unit back together. That's all, and again, hope this has been helpful, and thanks again for watching. It's working, no leaks. Yeah, buddy.